What does that mean? What?
Say.
That's right. I have no. I don't have the words. I have no words. Exactly right. Very good. But thank you, sweetie. Oh, God bless you. She fell in love with the music. I love you. Listen, I'm glad you said that because that reminds me of something, you guys. A lot of you guys wrote me emails in the months leading up to Colossalcon and asked me if I was going to be bringing my music CDs. And I brought all of them just for you, okay? So I will have them at the autograph session. I'm having an autograph session right after this little time together. And I'll have them at the autograph session. And you guys, you don't want to miss the new one. The new CD is a remix CD. And it's got songs from Full Metal Alchemist, and Oran High School, and Dean Angel, and lots of originals, a lot of fun stuff that you guys really enjoy. So I'll have all of those at the autograph session. Yes?
Can you do Atomic Delight, please?
What Atomic Delight would you like? Speak to me. Just tell me your innermost thoughts, my princess. Question. Yes.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Oh my gosh, there's no contest. Star Trek. You know why you say no? Because you weren't born yet. Am I right? Hey, listen, there would be no Star Wars if there was no Star Trek. I'm serious. You know what? George Lucas, he was watching Star Trek when he was a little kid, and he was inspired, and I gotta tell you, man, nothing like Kirk and Spock, McCoy, the original series, or as we like to call it, TOS, the original series. I love me some original series. You couldn't ask me. How many of you come into my trivia challenge on Sunday? Do you have some good questions planned?
Oh, yeah.
Because I have not been stumped very much. I am the biggest nerd. You guys only think you're anime nerds. I am a Star Trek nerd that puts all anime nerds to shame. And I'm proud of it. In fact, guess what? Last week, you guys, I'm going to tell you a story. Last week, I was at the Phoenix Comic-Con in Phoenix, and they had 25,000 attendees. And it was a multi-genre convention. It was like sci-fi, gaming, comic books, anime, all that. Guess who else was a guest of honor last week? Leonard Nimoy. But it gets better. So the con chair says to me, well, Vic, what else would you like to do while you're here at Phoenix Comic-Con? And I said, well, is Mr. Nimoy going to have a Q&A session? And he said, well, yes, of course. And I said, I would like to introduce him. So he's like, well, I don't see why not, right? I don't see any problem. So I show up on Saturday afternoon to introduce Leonard Nimoy in full uniform. Oh, but not just the regular gold tunic that Kirk wore. How many of you remember the awesome, uber cool green V-neck wraparound that he used to wear? Well, you guys, I am going to be, now don't laugh. There is a company that has the official license from CBS to make official licensed replica uniforms. The name of the company is Anovos, and you can find them online, but I'm going to be their model for their Star Trek line. And when I introduced Leonard Nimoy last Saturday, I was wearing their prototype green V-neck wraparound, and I felt like $1 million. So wait, you ready for the best part? So I get done, I introduce him, it was amazing, right? I go out and I say something, I say, hi, I'm Vic Mignogna, I'm a voice actor for animation and video games, but not today. Today I am a super geek fan, just like everyone who has loved this show. And then I said something that Mr. Nimoy wanted me to say, and then I said, ladies and gentlemen, it is the honor of my life to introduce to you Mr. Leonard Nimoy. And he comes out, and I'm standing there in my Kirk uniform, and we shake hands, and I gave an old double handshake. You know, where you shake hands, and then you do this? And then I kissed him on the lips. No, I didn't. But, so I've got that right. So when I come down off the steps in the back of the stage, Mr. Nimoy's manager says, "Oh, Vic, that was wonderful. I mean, what you said and the way you said it, clearly you're a voice actor. I mean, it was wonderful." And I said, "You know, I've seen you at some other conventions." Guess what he does in addition to being a manager, an event manager for Leonard Nimoy? He's also an event manager for William Shatner. And I thought I'd seen him at some other conventions. And so I said to him, "Well, since you liked it so much, what would you say, do you think maybe you could work it out for me to introduce Mr. Shatner someday?" And he's like, "Well, you know what? That'd be awesome. I would be happy to do that. I'm probably going to bring Mr. Shatner here in next year to Phoenix Comic-Con." And I said, "Well, that's great, but it might interest you to know that in 3 weeks, we're both going to be guests at the Calgary Comic Expo in Calgary." And he's like, "We're going to make it happen. We'll do it, Vic." So I may get to introduce William Shatner. See, I'm a big dork. I'm a super dork. Yes.
I just want to say I love your Italian guys in Italian.
Oh, thank you.
And I just wondered how much work was it to translate it into Italian?
Oh my gosh, it was a lot of work. You guys, when I was a little kid, when I started writing songs, about 17, I was always writing love songs. I don't even know why. I was just always writing ballads and love songs. And then I thought, you know, if I'm going to make a CD, it's got to have more than slit your wrist love songs on it. You know, I mean, it's got to have more than, "She left me, and my heart is broken." It's got to have something else. Ooh, Junpei, you look awesome. Sorry, a little ADD there. But I was like, I was thinking to myself, I need to write something fun, right? Something tempo, something lighthearted. So I wrote this story song called Italian Boys. And it was about how my grandma used to tell me when I was a little boy how proud I should be to be Italian. And she used to, she really did. But in addition to just writing the song, and I put a little accordion in it and stuff, and it was really fun. But in addition to writing the song, I thought, what would make it more special would be if I were to go to my Grandma Mignogna's house and record her talking to me as if I were 9 years old again, or 7 years old again. And so I went and sat down with my Grandma Mignogna and recorded all this wonderful stuff with her, and then I put pieces of it into the song. So that song is on a CD of mine called If These Walls Could Talk. But on the new remix CD, there's a remix of that song. And I thought, well, if I'm going to do a remix, I should do something interesting. And I translated the entire lyric into Italian and sang it in Italian, and then put a whole bunch of extra grandma stuff in there. And it's so wonderful, you guys. I just have to tell you, when my grandma recorded that, she said, and it's even in the original song, "Someday when grandma's dead and gone, you're going to play that song for the peoples, and you know who's come after me? Victor, huh?" She passed away, and now that song remains with her voice saying, "Someday when I'm past and gone, you can play that song for people to remember me." And so I love that. So, okay, and see, now I got all sad again. I can't believe it. Yes? Oh, okay. Okay. Because if you don't record it, it never really happened. I know that. That was from your dad? Sweet. Hi, Dad. What's happening, baby? To Tribble Trouble? What would I say to Tribble Trouble? You mean like The Trouble with Tribbles, the episode? What would I say? I would say, get the tribbles out of the quadrilaterally, because they're ruining everything, and they'll help us find the Klingons. What does he have a question about? Is he a Star Trek fan? You know what? Somebody gave me a tribble last week in Phoenix.